Hi Scorpio, welcome or welcome back to my channel. We are doing your monthly love reading for May, so let's get straight into it. First card you got is Observer, and this card is about how sometimes you are too close to a situation that you can't really see the forest from the trees. So it's about taking a step back. Like, you might be feeling quite triggered in May in your love life, like someone could say something that immediately triggers you. It's about not reacting straight away. It's about taking a step back and maybe seeing that they didn't actually even know that their words hurt you in any way. And it's about just taking a breath, thinking about it, and then coming back once you're calm and more kind of observing this from a different perspective in some way. Like, they're not out to hurt you, but you are taking it that way. And with the Hold Your Vision fixed moon, this card is about that sometimes you could, the card has two meanings. Number one, it could be that you need to kind of like stand firm in your ground and stand up for yourself, kind of like the Seven of Wands. But the other meaning of it, which is what I'm more feeling for you just with all the other cards, is that the fixed moon could mean that you are being too stubborn in a situation and you're digging your heels in. This is about you needing to kind of break a deadlock in some way. If there's again like tension between you and your person in May, you might need to just let go of any sort of stubbornness at this time, because I feel like you are looking at a situation in a way that is not intended by the other person. So yes, your feelings are valid 100%, and yes, you could be triggered, but that's not what the intention of the other person was. And if you could take the opportunity to look at this from a different perspective, you would see that they're not trying to hurt you in any way. And then we have Frog Spirit here, and it says clear out the clutter. And basically this card again is about how sometimes, while other people are busy working away, this is a time for you to actually pause and declutter your life, organize yourself. And that doesn't only mean like the things around you. Yes, fantastic. If you have the time to kind of declutter your surroundings, please do that. It will make your mindset so much better. But not only that, it is also about how sometimes relationships or your thoughts can be full of clutter as well. So it's about prioritizing what are the things that you genuinely need and getting rid of the rest. Any like thoughts or ways of thinking, beliefs, systems, those types of things, anything that doesn't serve you, it's time to go. It's time to let go of these old beliefs or these old thought patterns and clear that out, because it's no longer needed. They were trying to keep you safe in the past, but you don't need that safety. You just look at yourself and you say, okay, thank you, but no thank you. Okay, so let's see. Very deep already, Scorpio. Let's see, what does the Tarot have to say for you? Okay, so let's see, what is the situation? So the situation is the Sun. How does your person view you? We have the Six of Cups. Okay, how do you, let's actually first see, how does your person feel about you? The Moon. Okay. How do you view your person? We have the Three of Wands. How do you feel about your person? We have the Tower. Okay. Any obstacles between the two of you? We have Temperance. Okay, what are their next actions towards you? Magician in reverse. And then what is the final outcome? Nine of Wands. Okay, so before we do anything, I'm going to get some clarifiers, but at the bottom of the deck we have the Four of Wands. So the major theme of this relationship is that there is definitely a very strong connection between the two of you. You also have a lot of fun together, but you are very focused on your stability in some way. You want a stable relationship. You could also be very focused on your home life at the moment, and wanting to have a very stable, loving home where that's your safe place in some way. Then let's get some clarifiers before I go into the details. Okay, so let's see, what is the Sun? We have the Empress. Okay, what is the Six of Cups? Queen of Wands in the reverse. What is the Moon? Okay, so 2 cards came out. This one came out, but it didn't flip over. We got the Sun over here again. Okay, what's the Three of Wands? Knight of Cups. Don't know if that came out in a bit of a challenge, but what's the Tower? Page of Wands also came out in a bit of a challenge. Temperance. We have Justice. What's the Magician in reverse? Oh, we have the Hermit. Okay, and what is the Nine of Wands? Three of Pentacles. Okay, so I see what's going on here. All right, Scorpio. So the situation between you and your person is that May, although there are these issues, right? May is actually going to be a very happy time for you guys. It's going to be very positive, and it's going to be shining the light on any sort of hidden feelings or hidden conversations that need to be had and that type of thing. You're going to get a lot of clarity. And I feel like what's going to happen is that you are going to become this healed, divine, feminine, and you can relate with feminine or masculine, whether you're male or female. But you are going to be in this divine feminine energy, this energy of just gracefully receiving and not chasing anything, just attracting things towards you. You are like, you're very ambitious, but you're not going out and chasing it, if you know what I mean. It's not about being closed off to that. But the Empress is also the mother of the tarot. So you could be in a situation where either you have kids with the person that you're with, or it could be that that there is some sort of like growth in this relationship, and the growth is going to be very positive. So we have the Six of Cups as how they view you, along with the Queen of Wands in the reverse. So they do have very strong feelings towards you. They are also very focused on the past with you. They feel like they always look at their happy times that they've shared with you. And there's just a lot of feelings there. Again, you might have children together, so they might see you as someone who also that gives them the sense of like childlike wonder and like fun and that type of thing. But with the Queen of Wands in the reverse, I feel like they do also see you as sometimes you are the type of person to be a little bit, let's say, reactive, in a way, slightly aggressive. And not aggressive in a way like physically aggressive, well, not that I know of, but more in a way that your reactions are aggressive in a way, or just maybe overly passionate, let's put it that way, as the most polite way possible. The Queen of Wands is Aries energy, so think of like Aries upright is like all the Queen of Wands upright is like all of Aries good side, and the Queen of Wands in the reverse is kind of the not the bad side of Aries, but the side that's kind of difficult to deal with, that like stubbornness and the my way or the highway type thing, like that type of energy. So they might see you as someone who they don't really want to cross in any way. So the Sun here and the Moon as their emotions, I feel like their emotions are constantly changing. Like they have a lot of deep emotions for you, but they do also have fear when it comes to this relationship with you. Maybe there's fear that they need to kind of bring to the surface and bring to light so that there's some clarity between the two of you. But they do also see you as someone who is extremely positive, that brings a lot of happiness into their life. Again, you guys could have children together, and with the Moon being like this, maybe they don't really convey their emotions to you, but they do feel them. even if they're not saying it. Like they could be the type of person who doesn't like to talk about emotions, but they do feel very positively about you, but they might be kind of fearing something. So how do you view them? We have the Three of Wands and we have the Knight of Cups, clarifying that. But the Knight of Cups did come out in a challenge, so I'll explain that. But the Three of Wands is, you see them as someone who is very patient, and that they are someone who likes to plan ahead. That maybe they are kind of sitting, that like they've planned something for the future for you two. They could be even at a distance, but they have planned something for the future, but now it's about basically being patient and waiting for that to come to fruition in some way. We have the Knight of Cups here, so you do see them as someone who does offer you romance, who does sweep you off your feet and give you all of those good things. But because it came out in a challenge, it's kind of like maybe recently you've been seeing them as usually they are like this, but lately they've been a little bit kind of like just keeping to themselves, not being very romantic, and just in this energy of maybe holding back in some way. And then we have, and this is only the energies for May, like things can change, right? So with your feelings towards them, we have the Tower and the Page of Wands. So firstly, you are extremely attracted to them, but you could also be quite explosive with your emotions in May. Your emotions could also be changing, like up and down with this person. And I do get that a lot from the cards. But I do feel like this is something within you that maybe you need to release in some way. The Tower is about also the death of an ego that's required. So you might need to let go of your ego in some way. And with the Page of Wands clarifying that, like you do find them extremely attractive. You appreciate everything that they do for you. You still find them fun and exciting and all of that stuff. And you could also feel like they bring out your child fun side. But it is just, like it's very explosive in the month of May of how you feel for them. And things could also be changing with your feelings unexpectedly. So we have Temperance and Justice, and both of these cards are about balance, right? So that's Sag and Libra energy there. And these cards basically are in any sort of obstacles or challenges. So I feel like maybe there's something that is slightly unfair in May, or unbalanced. The energies could be unbalanced between the two of you. Maybe like you're giving too much to the connection and not receiving back enough in return, or vice versa. But it is also about just balancing yourself, like getting some sort of like inner equilibrium between your own, like within your own emotions, which will then in turn bring that into the relationship. But also just, maybe some sort of equality or fairness is not happening right now in the relationship. So just focus on moderation between the two of you and balancing your energies out and balancing yourself as well to be able to balance this connection. Then we have, sorry, there's a hair there. So we have their next action towards you is the Magician and the Hermit in reverse. So the Magician in reverse and the Hermit in the upright. So I do see them not really taking action at this time. They could be in the point where they don't think that they don't feel like they have what it takes right now to be able to take this on. They could be going through a healing process at this time, and they're kind of just keeping to themselves. But they might need to, they're learning to kind of just look within themselves to be able to bring wisdom within themselves so that they can turn this around and be a fully healed person to be able to have everything that they need to take action. But right now, I just feel like they aren't going to do much work on the connection right now. They're more doing work on their selves or themselves. And then the outcome between the two of you is the Nine of Wands and the Three of Pentacles. So no matter what, even if you guys are feeling very guarded and exhausted and tired, I do feel like you guys are going to fight for this connection. This is also about like maybe you or them are building up walls, so just maybe recognize that. And it's about kind of working with each other, collaborating together, working as a team. It could also mean that you need some sort of professional help, or you guys need some sort of like relationship counselor or therapist or something like that to be able to get you past this phase in your life. But it is about persisting through. The outcome is that you guys are going to try and work on this and persist through this, even if it is a difficult time. So let's get some advice for you then, Scorpio. So what is being asked of you here? So we have justice. Yeah, that's the same as that. Libra energy again. Make sure that you're balancing out the energies within yourself. You know, treat someone fairly, because you'll be treated fairly in return. And it is just about learning to balance the connection between, like, if you're giving too much to the connection, it's time to pull back a little bit. If you're not giving enough, it's time to collaborate with them and work it as a team. There's the Three of Pentacles again. And this is about just working with each other, seeking help if you need help, asking for help if you need it, and vice versa, giving the help if they need it. If you can see that they're struggling, help them out. And let's get one more. Okay, well, we got two more. We have the Queen of Swords and we have the Knight of Cups. So this is about balancing the energies and working on a place where you can basically like, you can analyze the situation, you can think logically, but I feel like this is about instead of reacting emotionally right now, it's about coming from a logical standpoint. Usually the Queen of Swords is very kind of protective over their own emotions, so maybe just don't completely cut yourself off from your emotions or from your heart space, but it is about just having your wits about you when you are dealing with emotions at the moment. And then also, this is the Son of Cups, is about being able to be open to offering love at this time, or giving back, being caring and kind, and sweeping someone off their feet, or being open to that offer from them as well. So let's get some romance angels for you, Scorpio. Okay. So what does Scorpio need to know about their love life? Unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry here to keep this relationship going. Maybe that's the balance in the situation, is that, like, you kind of two all over them at the moment, and they're kind of like, you know, have you ever seen or felt magnets that you're like trying to push together and they're repelling each other, because it's like the negative and the negative, or the positive and the positive, and they just won't go near each other. That is kind of what happens when you are pushing your energy onto someone. So it could be that you need to kind of just balance this out, take a step back in some way, and that will balance out these energies. What else do we need to know for Scorpio? We have, this could be the one, you've already met the romantic partner you seek. So it's very opposing energies between these. So I feel like some of you will know your situation. If this resonates in a way where you're like, I know that they don't find me attractive, because sometimes the Queen of Wands in reverse is someone who isn't attractive, or that someone else doesn't find attractive in some way. So and it's not to say that you're not attractive, Scorpio. I bet you, like, Scorpios are very good looking, they've got a lot about them, but it could be that what's happening here is that you're feeling very like the opposite of confident. I can't even think of the word right now, but you're struggling with your confidence at the moment, and that is like projecting onto them as well, which is causing this imbalance in some way, or this unfairness. So it's about you needing to kind of maybe observe from a step back, take a step back, look at things from a fresh perspective in some way, because that could balance out the energies. It's definitely, there's some issues with your confidence at this time. Okay, so let's see, what would Scorpio's person say to them if they weren't holding anything back? This is usually for people in separation, so please only take it if it resonates. We have, I wish I could take back my words. Okay, what else for Scorpio, please? Okay, we have, I look for you everywhere. And then we have I'm not available. So they could be like emotionally stunted at this time, or just not open emotionally right now. It's just maybe a phase that they're going through. Maybe they need to heal this in some way and maybe seek professional help. But it could be for some of you that they're actually with someone else, because Queen of Wands could be like the side squeeze, and the Empress is like the person they're married to. Justice could also be, you know, about marriage and that type of thing, or legal connection type of thing. But that's all I have for you guys, Scorpio. I hope it resonated. If it did, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. And I'll see you guys again either next month for your love readings or next week for the weekly messages. Take care.